that we have not tried, So we now try to get some clarity. What was Mataji's words? Anybody remember?
Nirguna Nirakara Shaswata Ananda Swarupa, beginningless and endless, seated in the heart and also manifested as the entire world.
That's what, Papa gave me the precious Ram Nam and asked me to chant it constantly. He added that when chanting the name, I should meditate on his eternal Swarup, that he is Nirguna Nirakara Adi Antarahita Shashwata, that he has manifested as the universe and is seated in our hearts. So here, we are trying to understand something. What is that eternal Swarupa? Probably.
That which was neither born.
This is something, very, very, that is why we have not been able to do it. We have not applied our mind on those lines. He added that while chanting the name, I should meditate on his eternal Swarup. Ayom. Ayom. Aiye Swamiji. Please sit down.
When we cannot explain what is Shashwata Ananda Swarup, how can we say anything about it, Swamiji?
That is right. All of us are struggling to understand, what exactly she means by eternal Swarupa. We may not be able to get the exact words or exact words to convey, but at the same time, something approximating to the subject matter, if we can have it, it might help us. We keep on reading Mataji's words, Papa gave me the precious Ram Nam, asked me to chant it constantly. He added that while chanting the name, I should meditate on his eternal Swarup, that he is Nirgun, Nirakar, Adi Antarahita Shashwata, that he has manifested as the universe and seated in our hearts. Probably we take a route from the last. He is seated in our hearts. There Papa gives us some clues that now these words are coming. How? He is seated in our hearts. How is it that every one of us feel that we are there, the beingness is there? Where from that sound comes? It may be difficult because we are trying to understand the functioning of the intellect, which owes its origin to that power, which is beyond the purview of the intellect. So it's a struggle, no doubt. So it cannot be explained. It's an experiential realm. So, but still, since we have got only the vehicle called the mind needs some clue to hang on, then the mind gets dropped. So we are now trying, As we said earlier, day after tomorrow we will have the Mohana session. It is an occasion for all of us, even though you may not be in the ashram. It might be possible for you to dwell on the same thing at your own place. Because this is purely an inward journey. If you are trying to understand Mataji's words, it is purely an inward journey. Nirguna, Nirakara, Adiyantarahita, Shashwata, that he has manifested as the universe and is seated in our hearts. Atma. That is the word, SCLF in English word. We must have some. The power behind the speaking is that which is behind the seeing, that which is behind the hearing, that which is behind the tasting, smelling, touching, and then that which is behind the thinking. Only this much we can say. So we try to understand it now. How do I now hear these words? The immediate reaction will be, I am hearing these words. Then we are trying to understand what is that. Even when Mataji said, in quest of God, 12 times we should read, and Mataji said, by the time you read the 12th, you would have been initiated into the Nirguna aspect of Papa.
11 times. 11 times. 11 days.
That's all right, 11 or 12. So the idea is when we keep on repeating, reading, a dimension will slowly well up. The dimension will slowly well up in our soul. Again, we suppose keep on reading these words again and again and again and pray to Him who is seated in our heart to throw us some light so that our sadhana becomes more and more effective, make us closer to the reality. At the moment, though the reality is there, we are unaware of it. So now we are trying. With whatever He has given, we are trying. But in order that we get some clarity, the next one also we will read. It might help us. Papa also asked me to look upon whatever work I did as His service. When you say His, is capital H. This simple sadhana. Through this simple sadhana, Papa made me do and revealed Himself in my heart and gave me the experience of my oneness with Him. You taught us to utter Ram Nam. You taught us how to meditate. Again, she gives some clues. Treating all thoughts that arose in my mind as yourself, with a view to ultimately revealing yourself in your hearts. All thoughts, And you taught us to do as your service whatever work that came to us, in whatever situation. So, all-knowing Papa, by these three things. What are the three things? Making us talk with the mouth, thinking our thoughts with the mind, doing our work with the body. Body.
It's not visible there.
Oh, video call and who?
It restarted.
What happened?
I don't know, suddenly I couldn't show you, so I came running here. Now we share the screen again.
No, I have not opened. That I have not given. Not necessary.
Swamiji, mic. Mic and
Mic. Okay. So now, for the past so many days, we have been struggling for some breakthrough. We are not concentrating upon anything else now. How to make the Ramnam more and more effective so that we slowly start feeling His presence within. Maybe we feel we have a glimpse, fleeting experience, and then again it is shut. but by reading, going through and trying in our own way, whatever way we are prompted from within. But the guiding lines are Mataji's. That is the purpose of this manana. No? Nobody else can help us. So we have to appeal, cry, appeal, pray, whatever way you want. We will again go through. Papa gave me the precious Ram Nam, asked me to chant it constantly. He added that when chanting the name, I should meditate on his eternal Swarup, that he is Nirgun, Nirakar, Adiyantarahida, Shashwata, that he has manifested as the universe and is seated in our hearts. Papa also asked me to look upon whatever work I did as his service. This simple sadhana, though difficult in the beginning, Papa made me do by his grace alone. This is very important. And Papa revealed himself in my heart and gave me the experience of my oneness with him. Oh, my limitless ocean of love, Papa, you descended in the human form and you taught us by yourself doing sadhana to realize and become the infinite eternal self. You taught us to utter Ramnam. You taught us how to meditate, treating all thought that arose in my mind as yourself, with a view to ultimately revealing yourself in your hearts. And you taught us to do as your service whatever work that came to us in whatever situation. Oh, my all-knowing Papa, by these three things, making us talk with the mouth, thinking our thoughts with the mind, doing our work with the body, you made us do sadhana naturally, simultaneously. Similarly, oh, kindness Papa, pray. Make us utter your name with the mouth, meditate on you with the mind, do service to you with the body in whatever situation you have placed us. Elsewhere, Papa also gives us some clues that when we chant, we can concentrate on the sound. What happens when we concentrate on the sound? Let us not come out with any explanation. What's the experience, Not that somebody should say. We are trying to go through that experience. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. This sound we are hearing, there is a gap between the two mantras, Om and Shri. Slowly, when we concentrate, the witnessing factor also slowly emerges. Oh, when we do the slow Ramnam, Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. The gap between the two mantras become more and more conspicuous. We also hear the sound and the mind also is being taught that we are chanting the name of one who is within and who is making us to chant. So these are all some clues they have given. exclusively for 5 minutes or 10 minutes every day, suppose we do that, probably it might give us more and more direction. And all our congregational chanting, everything can go on. I mean, nothing we should stop. But that is okay. As in ashram also, we have the chanting sessions, New visitors will be coming, they will get introduced to the Nama chanting. But as far as an individual sadhana is concerned, this has to be done by ourselves individually. Papa told Mataji, when Mataji dedicated her whole life in Kasargod ashram, when she was initiated with the holy and powerful Ramnam, step by step, Papa was directing her one-to-one, So not for a congregational meeting. Different types of people will be there. They are coming from different cultural backgrounds. It may not be that easy to follow. So individually, when we are alone, every day for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we try this method. Read and read and read and again. Everybody must have got the Mataji's text now. We request everybody to read again and again. And when we read it, more and more light will come. And along with that, we also try, because nothing else can be given from any place. Only this much Papa has said, or Mataji has said. Please sit down. You can sit there. You can sit here. You can sit here, wherever you feel comfortable.
Ramnam chanting that we do in the morning, this slow chanting. When we do that chanting with one devotee prompting it in the beginning, the first 15 minutes, it seems simple to actually chant after that devotee. But later, the remaining 15 minutes that we have to do silent mental chanting, in the beginning it starts off nicely, but then when we link our mind to the attributes of Papa, then what happens is, in my case especially, is that suddenly I start seeing a series of videos in front of me. A lot of thoughts come. It's not really thoughts, it's actual videos I see. Okay? And then I have to put my mind back into Ramnam, and again after some time, again it goes back into those videos. But see, when the devotee is prompting, there is no problem at all. When the devotee is not prompting, then it comes. Now, how to actually get out of this cycle of videos, and we have to pull ourselves back into...
Only by practice one can do that, but what we feel is, when we first vocal chanting, okay, during the vocal chanting, even then the mind can run right. But so we try to hear our own chanting. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. When these are attempted, the tendency to go outside will become definitely less. But after 4 or 5 times, the mind may still go out. At that time, we stop the train of thought, open the eyes, again restart. Not 1 day or 2 days. Persevering. Just like cycling or swimming, we learned only over so many days or so many weeks. So when we keep on doing this, we are trying to train our mind to put a fence for itself so that the outgoing tendencies are arrested to some extent. Okay. When we have got a grip of this, then we try to, morning when we are trying, the attempt is to train our mind to chant mentally and to hear them. Mind still may go after 2 or 3 or 4. Immediately you break the thought, again start. No shortcut.
But it can happen that, we will...
In Mataji's case, it was successful because she had already developed the level of dispassion to that extent, so that the sense objects were not occupying the mind space. In our case, 99% of the mind space is occupied by sense objects, persons, objects, situations. So naturally it will run riot. This we should know the limitation.
So that is the reason why it's going right.
Yeah, it's going on. Because the mind space is not available, no. We are in the midst of so many activities, and along with that we also want to do, we are not exclusively sitting. In Mataji's case, she was exclusively sitting. And she had developed with dispassion, vairagya to that extent that the mind space was wholly available for God thought. In our case, it is not so. So the struggle will be more, definitely more. But still, even that's why the other day I said, no, even it's a snail's speed, it is worth it, no. One fine morning, we cannot be able to free ourselves from anything. We are trying to give some space first. Along with so many other things, we are trying to give some space for God thought. And those are the fleeting moments when we find, very nice, our session was very good. An inexplicable joy wells up in our hearts. Again, we are back to square one, because we are in the midst of activities. One Swami was telling from Calicut when he came, a very learned Swami, very noble person. In Malayalam he said, we took to this for Nivritti Marga. Nivritti Marga and Pravritti Marga. But when we come to this Nivritti Marga, to sustain that, we entered into the Pravritti Marga. Now the Pravritti Marga has overpowered us. Unknowingly. So it has got a knack of pulling us, It has got a knack. So that is why Mataji said this word for all of us. Whatever work you do, in whatever place, whatever work that came to us, in whatever situation, you taught us to do as your service. So these are some of the clues, even when I am handling now the mic, the laptop, the flask, the table. Somewhere in the subconscious state, we should know it has been provided to us by him, provided to us by him, provided to us by him. So in that way, slowly we are entering into the God thought. Otherwise, there is no other way, Anything that we start identifying mentally, we may fail, we may forget. That is why she specifically says this. You taught us how to meditate, treating all thoughts that arose in the mind as yourself, with a view to ultimately revealing yourself in our hearts. You taught us to do as your service whatever work that came to us in whatever situation. So make us utter your name with the mouth, meditate on you with the mind, do service to you with the body in whatever situation you have placed us. So try to transform. We are not trying to leave away anything. So we are trying to transform every thought, every service, every action that emanates from us, every thought that emerges from us, towards him. For that, how can we do that? During our day-to-day activities, whenever there is a gap between two activities or two thoughts, we try to insert our Ram Nam. So Papa, that beautiful word, even the period ever so small. For example, I tell you, one person who was handling some translation, something. He is sitting before the, laptop. And side by side there is a notebook and a pen. So whenever he writes, suddenly there is a pause. You have to think or something like that. Immediately he writes one Ram Nam there. Again he starts working. So he is devising a method by which there is an uninterrupted attempt to remember him through his name. And writing is far more effective than vocal chanting. And he said, I asked him, what is this? Then he said, I have no target. Whenever there is possible, So one nama. If I get a time to write one nama, he writes. It is a revealing, thought-provoking. It is possible, even the period ever so small, so that the mind space is fully filled with God thought, God thought, God thought, God thought.
Swamiji, this is an eye-opener.
We keep, even in the kitchen, we can keep a book. Every time we just write one Ram Nam, if possible, so that the train of remembering Ram, it is kept alive,
Swamiji, all these days we are chanting Ram Nam and do cooking.
Good.
We are doing.
That is also very good.
Yes,
No, that chanting is all right. So do one thing, whenever you are back to your drawing room, bedroom, then you can keep a book and the pen there. Whenever there is a pause moment, go and write. You will see for yourself how things are moving. This is something which I have seen.
Yes, Swamiji.
I have seen.
A very good point. That
I did not know at all this technique, but the person who is in the ashram, when I went to his room to discuss something, I saw the pen and at the same time, then I asked him, what is that? Then when I looked at the notebook, I saw Ram Nam was there. Then he said, when we read Papa's words, even the period ever so small, how to make it a reality? I may not be able to do it writing when I am walking. Then I can chant. But when I am sitting and doing something, I can definitely take the pen and do it. And here the concentration level is definitely higher than the chanting. Because there is an exclusiveness. If we think about something, we cannot write, So, Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. So when these words are written, then that's all you get the time. So you put it immediately, you put it back to your work. Again you are working, you get some space, 5 minutes, you get 2 or 3 or 4 namas. These are some practical hints Papa is showing us through the devotees. Nobody can say this is that, this is this, this is that. Each one has to try and then find for ourselves some practical method by which we try to, learn something about this constancy in remembering him. How to develop that? When they say constant remembrance, how to develop that? Somewhere we have to make it. Otherwise, we hear and then we go. It is not entering into us, entering into our life. So we try to do that as much as possible. Many of you, or some of you definitely, must be remembering the old days in ashram when Mataji, Papa used to give books, and we were told Papa himself used to sign the Ram Nam book so that it gives an incentive, Because Mataji wanted 5 to 6 hours who are coming to the ashram, they must be chanting Ram Nam for 6 hours minimum, chanting or writing. That is the purpose for which they are coming here. And that will slowly open up other vistas by which we try to become aware of his presence. So the books were encouraged. Our Ram Nam bank, it is full, and we have opened another room now. The cupboards are big. There also it is becoming full now, because the way in which it has created the momentum. Every month we get a lot of written Ram Nam also, and we don't say Ram Nam, any name that you are comfortable with. And that is why it is piling up. So all these things make us aware. These are all activities. But when I write, it's a sadhana. When I am collecting and keeping it, it's an activity. But when I write this, one second I am moving closer to him. So when we read Mataji's words again and again and again and again, we get some some points. Kindly think about it. Each one can come out with their own experience. Not that we should share it, but we must put in some efforts on our part, individual effort. It cannot be, it need not be done on a congregational basis, because there we cannot observe all these things. It will be just chanting, that's all. Probably that could be one of the reasons why we feel our progress is slow. We were concentrating only on the congregational meet. It has got its own charm. It has got its own plus points. But individually, to move towards Him, to become aware of His presence, we must do individual sadhana. To give a boost, to inspire when our morale is low, when the faith is slowly vacillating, it definitely helps. And somebody sharing their experience of how this Nama chanting has helped them, all those things will come only through congregational meet. So those are all the plus points. But to make ourselves become aware of His presence inside, individual effort is a must. So we have to balance it. Not merely congregational, not merely individual, we should balance it, to eke out the maximum benefit from both. This is the message Papa gives us. And now we have in our midst a highly evolved soul named as Appaji, who has come here yesterday. So we would now request him to kindly share some thoughts. Hari Om. Oh, I should not close the line.
Jai Shri Mata, Jai Shri.
Return to home.
Just going through the life of the Mataji and life history of the Papa,
Opening.
you will get everything.
Again you.
One thing is sure, even our Upanishads and Vedas and all the great scriptures like Bhagavad Gita makes it very, very clear what is sadhana and what to do that. Why Mataji could elevate to such an extent? Is it because of her sadhana? Sadhana is not the highway for her. It is only a service road. But what is the highway for her elevation? It is the surrender to the Guru, Papa. She has surrendered herself to the Guru. If you go through the life history, even for us, you will understand what type of love, divine love she had with the Guru. Until and unless we develop a divine love with the Guru, whatever may be your sadhana, it is very difficult. It is only that surrender. That is what Swamiji is telling while reading. It is He, Papa, who is sitting here and making us to do all the services. It is not me. It is not me. That means to say, if that tendency or that attitude comes to your mind, then what should be? My love towards the Guru. And we should always remember, while doing any sadhana, if you feel that I am doing, your ego is growing well. But you should always remember that it is He within me. He is doing, He is creating, He is doing everything through this. This is only an instrument, and through this instrument, it is He or she who is doing. That comes to us only when we have a pure love. Until and unless we surrender to the lotus feet of the Guru, I think even the Vedas clearly says all your sadhanas for chitta shuddhi only. It is for the chitta shuddhi. It is not that it is, you cannot say, and nobody says it is useless. It is for the chitta shuddhi. But for the ultimate one, it is only to the surrender to the Guru. It is makes in all Upanishad, it makes it very, very clear, only to the surrender to the lotus feet of the Guru, that only takes you to the height. You may do all of sadhanas, but Krupa Shirvada, that has to come from the Guru only. So it is not just Guru is one who teaches us. He is the one who is everything to me. He is the one everything to me. I just quote you, Namasmarana you may say, suppose only one son is there for a lady, and that son loves her a lot. And also mother loves his son very well, because he is the only one son and he is a very good son. For higher studies, he goes to USA, America. Now, the mother is there in the house. Do you think she will make a schedule that I have to remember my son from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. or 9 p.m. to 10 p.m.? No. Whatever the work she do, she always remember her son. If she feels cold here, she ultimately says, oh, it is so cold here. What about in America? What my son is doing? Whatever she does, she always remember her son. Even while putting dosa, oh, my son likes this dosa. Whenever he is here, he asked me, Mommy, give me one more dosa. I don't know who will give him. So whatever the action she does, automatically, without her knowledge, it links to her son because of the love. Extend the love to the Guru because he is the God before you. That is the second one, you read it there. What Swami Papa Ramdas has said. Guru, you may chant 100 times. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Is it a shloka? If it is shloka, you will remain as it is. If it is the truth in your life, if you have a faith in him, that he is the Guru, he is the Parabrahma, whoever he or she may be, it is immaterial. But what bondage we create with the Guru, that plays a role. That is what we see in the life of Mataji. I do not deny or I do not say anything about her sadhana, but all her elevation is to the surrender to the lotus feet of the Papa. You might remember when she came here, how the circumstances changed, how the people reacted, because one Guru is male and the disciple is female with a age difference of nearly 20 years. A beautiful lady of 25 years coming and wants to stay with Guru. How the people thinks. Not only those days, even those also. But immaterial of that, what surrenderness she had to the Guru, that had taken her. It is not just because of the sadhana she had got everything. No. That when I remember her, when in the noon afternoon, tears flow out of my eyes, because that is the surrender. Ma, make me to surrender to your lotus feet. You have surrendered to the Papa in such a way. Give me an occasion. Bless me to surrender to your lotus feet. You are the Ma. When you say, she is my Ma, and she is sitting in her heart, she is behind any name in the forum. She is omnipresent. You have to experience that in your heart, not by telling to the world that she is omnipresent. She may be not with the flesh and the bones here, but yet she remains. Probably I have not, for the first time I am coming here. But even now I feel what's the greatness of, then really it suits. We used to chant these shlokas to Srimata Sharda Devi Ramakrishna Ashrama. The same applies to Mata here. She is maybe the form name and the forms are different. Pavitram charitam yasyah pavitram jivanam tata pavitrata swarupinyai tasmai kurmo namo namaha. That's a purity, the highest purity you can find within her. Until and unless we have such a love, how we can chant? How it becomes? Remember, this chanting or namasmarana. Namasmarana is specifically what I felt in my life. Namasmarana you cannot do. The very word namasmarana means it is a remembrance. Remembrance means it is not by your efforts. It should happen automatically. When it happens automatically, then it is called as namasmarana. If you do with your strength, it is called as japa. For namasmarana, it actually instantly, without your efforts, even without your knowledge, it starts coming. That starts coming only when you love. Whom you have to love? You love Rama or the Guru. But remember, again, if you have a Guru, he himself is Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. One asked Kabir, if both Guru and Govinda stands before whom you bow your head first? Kabir instantly says, it is to the Guru. So until and unless whatever may be the efforts, it is only within who you sits you, be within you or within me, and he does everything. And I have nothing to do. And there is no my sadhana at all. In fact, it is only, I am only an instrument. If namasmarana is going on, if I am doing it, that is what in the 11th or the 12th Swamiji is reading, that is what Mataji is telling, that until and unless you feel that entity, that Chaitanya is there within you, but Chaitanya you cannot see in the name and the form. For that they have taken the form of Papa or the Ma. Until and only we conceive the same thing to the heart with a love, how can a namasmarana can do? It is not to the devotees I am telling, it is for the disciples. There are two categories when we speak. For the disciples we speak separately. For the devotees we speak. It is not for the devotees. It is for the disciples or the seekers I am speaking. If the same subject is given to me for the large devotees, it will be different, because a seeker should know, a disciple should know what I want and how I get. A disciple or a seeker, if he is really a seeker, he has nothing to do of his own. It is only the Guru. To the extent, Purandaradasa has made it very clear in one of his Carnatic songs, Guruvina Gulama Nagada Tanaka Doreyadanna Mukuti. Until and unless you become the slave of the Guru, you will not get anything. He has not used until and unless you become the devotees of the Guru, or until and unless you become the surrender to the Guru. He has not used any such words. He has directly told, until and unless you become the slave of a Guru, Doreyadanna Mukuti, you will not get the salvation. Guruvina Gulama Dagada Tanaka Doreyadanna Mukuti. What do you mean by a slave? If you ask a slave, What is your name? The slave says, no, I am a slave. I have no my name. Whatever the name you wish to call me, you call me. He has no name. What you want to eat? I am a slave. I am having no my choice. Whatever you give, I eat. Where you want to stay? I have no place of mind to stay. Wherever you want to put me, I will stay there. That means to say, you have nothing of your own. Nothing of your own. Yes, if you can go to such an extent, then only you can do something. What I am telling, I am not a priest. I am though in this, Guru has taught me everything and taken me, and it is only his blessings I am sitting here. For the past 28 years, I was a bank manager and retired as a deputy regional manager for the past 5 years back, that's all. It has nothing to do about the worldly life or whatever you work to do, but it associates how close with your Guru mentally. And all the scripture says, what is, even if you go to some Shirdi Sai, Satcharitra or such other books, what is the service to the Guru? You serve the Guru. You serve the Guru. How to serve the Guru? Can everyone go to the Guru and wash his clothes and do something? No. If you follow the words of the Guru, then it is the real service to him. This is what the scripture says. Mahatma says. He has given, she has given everything. Papa has given us everything. But still many questions remains to us. Why? Still many confusions comes to us. Why? I'm not denying anything. But if you really surrender to the Guru, you will have no more confusions. You have no more questions. Because you are not at all there. It is only he or she within you that is doing everything. And if we could elevate our conscious to this extent, really a seeker, he has nothing of his own. This is what is repeatedly told by Papa or the Ma in their whole scriptures. This is the content. What I gone through yesterday, before coming to here, my Guru has taught me many things about Krishna Bai Ma, how she led her life, and how he was quoting often and often during my teachings to him, teachings with me. She used to quote how Krishna Bai, the Ma, has become such great. Not just as a tourist I have come here. It is only the blessings of Guru. And he has told my Swami Virajananda, he is my Guru, he is no more now. Before his death, he has told me, Nagendra, I have gone through almost all the ashrams are the places of in India. I have toured a lot for the past 25 years as a Parivrajaka. I have considered only 3 ashramas are the real ashramas. One is Ramanashrama, Tiruvannamalai. Another is Anandashrama at Kayingad. And the third one is our ashrama, Datta Sadananda Ashrama at Doddamudvadi. I was there in Datta Sadananda Ashrama, and I had visited and I was there in Tiruvannamalai. But then opportunity had not come to me to come and stay here. He had told, before your death, at least once you should go and visit her. You don't do anything, you be there for. Mataji yesterday asked me, what is your program, Paji, whether you want to go out? No, I have come here to stay only. I want to be. You need not do anything here. I tell you honestly, when you come here, you feel free. You be open. Because the ambience the already present positive thoughts, you just go on sucking it. Suck it. My guru has told me, when you go to such places, you should be like a sponge. What the sponge does, when it is thrown to water, it takes so much of water. You have to catch. You need not create some positiveness here that has already been built. You need not. This occasion had come in the life history of Mahendranath Gupta, Master Mahashaya. He is a great devotee of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and he has given the book Gospels of Ramakrishna. One occasion, Mahendranath Gupta, Master Mahashaya, goes to Jairam Bati, where Srimata Sharda Devi was born, and she was there. Mahendranath Gupta thought, oh, this is the birthplace of my mom. This is most precious place. I want to meditate more. And he, after eating something, he went and started meditating. Then Srimata Sharda Devi called him and told, my son, whatever you want to do, you do it at your home. This is your mother place. You eat well, be happy here and then go. This is mother's place. I don't discourage you to do any sadhana here, but the real sadhana is be observer. Suck how much it is possible by you. Go then home, do something there. It's a place of that sucking. You have to come for such a place to suck something from it. But before we go, we should have something with us. Otherwise, what is the purpose of coming here? I may stay for 1 year, but what I am carrying? So to say, to conclude, you have the love and the affection, and remember, for everybody this occasion will not come. This is Shankara Bhagavatpada has made it very, very clear. Durlamam traivevaida Daivanugraha hetukam Manushyatvam Mumukshatvam Mahapurusha Samshayaha. In Viveka Chudamani he says, without the blessings of the divine, you will not get these 3 things in your life. It is only with the blessings of the divine, Daivanugraha hetukam. Without the blessings of these 3, the divine you will not get. One is Manushyatvam, human being. Humans are there, but to become human being, it is very difficult. That's a different subject. And another is Mumukshatva, and you are anxious, you are thirst to reach the highest and to reach the goal and to find whom you are. Mumukshatva, no. All human beings will not get. Only who are blessed by the divine. You are already blessed, that's why you have come here. The third one is Mahapurusha Samshayaha. A Sadguru will not. In Kannada there is a song, Sadguru Dorevudu Durlabho, Doretare Janmavu, Pavano. That means to say, it is very difficult to find a Sadguru. And once you find a Sadguru, over, it is over. Because once a Sadguru, by the grace of the divine, if you get a Sadguru, you need not do anything. It is what the great scripture says. Means to say, don't do any sadhana. That is not you should not mistake like that. That means to say, so far you were doing many sadhanas. But once you get the Guru, it is he who is sitting within you starts doing. Then you are not doing anything. This is the real place. What, honestly speaking, without any coloring, this is the place where a real seeker, Swamiji is telling it was sadhana ashrama. That is true. There is no mission behind it. It's only a place for all the seekers. It is a sadhana. The real sadhana, you suck. You suck. Ma has given us everything. It is a Shakti Pita. It is only because of her grace and her blessings she has brought you here to the lotus feet of Papa. It is not that we have come so many places, no, that who are all we can come. No, until and unless the grace, you cannot come here. But once we come here, let us have the surrenderness to the Guru. Surrender. Say, everything is yours. It's up to you now. Do whatever you want. Ma, I have come to your lotus feet. Yatha yogyam tatha kuru. You do whatever you want. I am having nothing of my option. If we could able to have that love towards, if you cannot have a drop of tears in your eyes, remembering the Ma, the tears of not sorrow, tears of joy. Ma, you have selected me. Huh? You are coming to me and you are asking me to come to you. I am so blessed, Ma. It is because of your grace, your love and affection, your compassion had made. Ma, I am nothing on this world. There are so many such people are there. But yet you have recognized me as your child and you are taking me to your lap. Thank you, Ma. Thank you a lot. This is how our mind has to work. And then the sadhana will take automatically without anything. We need not go much deep into the sadhana because when we surrender, it is up to them to take. It is up to the mother. It is up to the mother to take care of the child. But the difficulty is that to become the child of the mother. That's the difficulty. But if you really becomes the child on the lap of the Divine Mother, don't worry about all other things. With these few feelings, it is not words, it's not a discourse, it's my honest, heartful feelings that what I experienced for the past 24 hours in this holy place. This is what I got in my life. It is only the true blessings and her compassion and the love and the affection she has showed on me. I am very grateful to Papa and Ma. Jai Shri Mata. Jai Shri Mata. Jai Shri.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram,
Jai.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai